bum, 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 bum. Welcome to the Spider-Man reaction to the trailer show where we decided last week to watch a trailer and then not talk about it for a week. Why? Because I've been fucking busy, folks. I got shit to do. You got shit to do. Let's get to it. To join in to help me talk about some Spider-Man trailer is Brandon Mega Potato James. Brandon, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Sweet, how you doing? You excited to talk about Spider-Man?
You know it.
All right. Also, we have a very special guest to help talk about Spider-Man is Aquaman. Aquaman's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sweet.
Incredibly.
So, hey, I hate to bug you. I know how late it must be in down there deep below, wherever the hell you are. So, let's just get right to it. Brandon, what did you think of the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer 2?
Well, first off, they gave away a lot. I mean, like you get the whole rundown of the movie, and I know nowadays you have to do that. That's like the go-to is to give away a lot of it. I know people
You have
bitching,
to do that.
but I am super excited. I think this is going to be the best Spider-Man movie ever, obviously, and I mean it's not hard to beat the other ones, but I like everybody in this movie. I love older Michael Keaton as the villain because he's still crazy like when he was Batman, and he's just a cool villain.
Birdman. And he was
Yeah,
Birdman.
and Birdman, yeah, he's batshit crazy. So this is just up his alley. He's gonna be awesome as the villain. What's his name? Tom Holland's. Am I saying that right? Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Tom Holland, yeah.
I like him. He's not fat. He's not overly buff. He's not older. He looks like Peter
kid,
Parker.
you know.
He's
We gotta talk
fresh
at
and
once.
pure.
We gotta share the mic, folks.
He is fresh and pure.
Do you ever stop talking, Mr. Potato Man?
I go all day. I like how the retro Scarlet Spider-Man outfit. I like that they have that in there with the cutoff hoodie, long and the red poking out. I like it. I like all the look of it. I think it's gonna be amazing. I'm probably gonna see it twice.
In comparison to the Justice League trailer, Brandon, what did you think? Better or worse?
Better just because you get more of a sense of what the movie's about compared to Justice League, where it's just random shit going on and you have no idea what the scene's about because you don't see the villain, you don't see any of the story. It's just music and jumping. So
Yeah, you're one of those people who needs to be led to water and told to drink.
Yeah, it's
true.
pretty harsh words there from Mega Potato, but true. Aquaman, you recently had a movie trailer come out.
Yeah, I loved it. Batman was dressed as a bat. I like it. And Wonder Woman, she's good. Yeah, that other guy on here, he has a website I frequent. It's upskirtwonderwoman.com. It's pretty good. Shameless plug.
what do you think of the Spider-Man trailer, Aquaman?
Well, he's a bug. I squash bugs. I don't know. There's not a lot of spiders in the water. A lot of crustaceans. That Sebastian guy, he sings real good. He's from Little Mermaid. And honestly, I'd like to come up for whiskey, and I probably will go see the movie itself. Maybe not twice, because fish don't like to go to the movies. But yeah, Tom Holland, he's pretty cool. I think he's going to be a great Spider-Man, and I honestly think I'm the kind of guy who likes the action in the trailer, not to be told this is what this movie's about. So I like the Justice League trailer well, but I have to agree with Mr. Potato Head. This trailer is definitely better.
So you don't like to swim up current. You just like to go with the flow?
Well, it's more acting's a fluid thing, man. It's like water, okay? Water and whiskey. And bitches.
Rob, what did you think of the trailer?
Well, I mean, water, whiskey, and bitches wasn't the first thought. came to mind when I was watching Spider-Man trailer. I got a question, and this is something that's bugging the fuck out of me as a fan, and I don't fully understand the logic behind this. Maybe Aquaman, you're pretty big into Hollywood. You could probably explain it to me. Why do they feel the need to preview the trailer right before I clicked on the button to play the trailer? Like when I choose to take the time to sit down and watch the movie that's clearly labeled Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, I click on it and then I get a 10-second preview of the highlights of the trailer I'm about to watch. I don't understand that. Like I don't.
The often used term in Hollywood is foreshadowing. They're foreshadowing. You're gonna see the trailer you wanted to see.
Then why don't they do it at the movie theaters, Aquaman? Like I'm just like you would think at the theater where people may not be paying attention. Right? They're sitting around, maybe, they're having some whiskey, they're eating
Talking on their phones.
They're Swedish fish, maybe they're chewing on some Swedish fish, and they're not paying attention. And then maybe there, a preview of what they're about to watch pops up, catches your eye, you go, oh shit, Spider-Man, and then you go and you pay attention. Maybe that makes more sense to me. But what I don't understand is how that doesn't play in the theater, but when I actually click the thing that's clearly labeled Spider-Man, you can read it. You probably it's on the Spider-Man channel. Like you have to go there. It's usually under a headline. It says Spider-Man trailer, and then they play the preview. So I don't know. I don't get that. Now, that being said, it's fine trailer. It's interesting. I thought like it's plus or minus, right? Like you got a scene where they show you the ferry scene, and they show you the ferry scene, and then Iron Man comes up and saves the day. And it's like, well, I guess it's good to know that that's not the end of the movie, know, but I can tell you that when that scene pops up, I'll probably leave to go buy some more Sour Patch Kids or a bucket of corn or something, because, I know how that ends.
Right. You already know that how the danger resolves in that. You're not like, oh shit, what's going to happen? His arm's going to rip off? But no, Iron Man's going to come and just push that shit together, and you're like, oh, all right.
It's kind of like when like Wonder Woman will just magically appear and save Batman, right? Because the trailer told you so. I'll say this as a negative: not enough Aunt May in the trailer. I wanted to see more Marissa Tomei. It's only, I think, one shot.
Yeah, I'd love to see more Marissa Tomei.
Thinking about www.upauntmayskirt.com, Aquaman.
I just might even just add her to
just to the Wonder Woman.
I'm gonna petition to get her to get on the Wonder Woman site, or maybe he can do like a Spider-Man. So I don't know. Maybe they need to do a DC Marvel crossover, and let me go visit Aunt May.
Aquaman, what did you think of Spider-Man's low-tech costume? Going from the high-tech to the low-tech costume. Did you like the design of it? Did it match current Justice League standards, or were you unimpressed?
He's watching the trailer.
Aquaman?
Oh, you're asking me. Sorry, I'm drinking right now. Honestly, I wear armor from under the ocean. I'm kind of a low-tech kind of guy. And I think it was better that Spider-Man probably went that direction. Not just relying as much on the Avengers, Kind of like everybody, let's rely on Batman. He's got all this tech.
And shoulder pads and ab pads and all kind of pads.
No, I know Brandon's not happy about the new Batman costume.
I like the cowl.
Aquaman, what negatives would you say about the trailer? What did you not like?
Well, like I said, I don't appreciate when they try to tell me the whole friggin' story. And you were talking about it, the part with the boat where it's being ripped apart. I really didn't need to see Iron Man. I wanted to see Spider-Man's resolve on that on his own, show him, coming into his own or maybe figuring some shit out. Peter Parker's a pretty smart guy. He's generally considered one of the smartest Marvel characters in the entire Marvel universe.
Who doesn't drink?
I think he probably could have pulled. Yeah, he could have came out of that on top. Who doesn't drink? He's underage, so.
How do you feel about like a lot of boat disasters in the movie. I mean, like shouldn't Namor maybe have come out, or do you feel that that was a realistic?
Hey, we don't talk about Namor is underrated. He's underrated. He
Good to
doesn't
know.
talk to fish the way I do.
It's good to know. Brandon, any thoughts on a lack of a J. Jonah Jameson or the
No,
Daily?
I don't think. I think he'll be in it. I imagine Spider-Man. They'll make some kind of trip, or where he'll want to do like a apprentice job or something like that. There's got to be some kind of in there, whether it's on a billboard or some sort of cameo, and they're just not showing it, just because maybe they didn't cast anybody, or I don't know. I think it's going to be in there. I think there will be a lot of Easter eggs that, just like all the other Marvel movies, you'll have to just rewatch it, or someone will have to point it out on the internet. So I think it'll be in there.
Speaking of Easter eggs, there was a lot of Avengers references in the trailer. The one that caught my eye the most was when they were in gym and they were all watching Captain America's Fitness Challenge. Captain America's Fitness Challenge, right? Where he challenges you to stay in shape. Which I found interesting because, he's technically a byproduct of steroids when you really think about it. If there's ever a case to be made against or for supplemental enhancement, it might be the Super Soldier program. Any thoughts on that, Brandon?
No, I agree. He is definitely manufactured ultimate steroids. I mean, you took the skinniest guy and beefed him up. And, I actually had my wife ask me right before the cast about Spider-Man, and she's like, did the spider make him buff, or does he just work out a lot? And I was like, well, pretty much the spider was enhanced, so it enhances muscles, reflexes, everything. And I'm like, it's pretty much like an insect steroid. He took steroids, but from an insect. So the moral of Marvel's story is, if you want to be a hero, you just need to do steroids or be rich. So if you could be rich and do steroids, you'd be the ultimate Marvel hero.
Interesting analysis. Aquaman, you work out fairly right. I mean, you have to swim around, right, all the time, constantly in motion, I imagine.
Well, I don't do super serum at all, and I don't do steroids, but sounds good. I'd do it. I mean, hell, if it keeps me in shape, what's not to ask for? I mean, kids nowadays need something to aspire to. Fuck aspiration. Just do what you got to do.
No bull shark testosterone for you or anything like that right now?
Yeah.
No?
No, I stay away from bull shark testosterone. There's a lot of rage that comes with that, and I just don't need that kind of thing.
What do you think about
I don't agree with your assessment of Spider-Man. It's a genetic breakdown, actually. The spider changed his... It's almost like getting a gene therapy. The spider changed his genetic DNA, and yes, while it did enhance his strength, his speed, his agility, etc., it had nothing to do with the steroids. But the concept, I guess, is kind of the same.
Did you learn that in Ocean College?
Yeah.
Under the sea?
Under the sea. Where it's wetter.
It usually is wetter in water. That is true. I can't argue that.
Yeah, you know what they say about water? It's wet.
Speaking of costumes and lab coats and stuff, any thoughts on Spider-Man's costume? Definitely didn't look as plasticky, I thought, in a lot of the shots. Although I thought the shot where he's swinging through the neighborhood definitely had a CG, or I don't think that looked quite as complete. But what did you feel about the overall texture of the costume? Did it look better to you, worse, Brandon?
I think it looked better. I think they've had time to really, tweak it and work on it. I like the way, like when he's moving, the muscles look more natural now, forming around so the costume looks more natural, forming around the muscles. Like even the picture you have here, where you can see the shoulders and the biceps and the costume, the shading and the color change. It looks more natural in the trailer. So in the trailer, when he's moving around, it doesn't look so CGI'd like I thought in the Civil War movie, where some of it I was like, it looks a little rubbery, soft. But I think it looks cool. I'm really, honestly, I like the retro costume that he has more. I think it's going to be cool to see him rocking the goggles and the hoodie sweater and just like throwing down in that. So it's just cool to see. I always like alternate costumes. That's my thing, you know. I like different versions of classic heroes, so I like it.
Any thoughts on Spider-Man's outfit in this movie versus Civil War Aquaman?
Well, if you're talking about the black outfit, White Spider, I dig that outfit. But you're right. This is definitely not a plasticky looking CG costume. I like it. It looks almost like felt, form-fitting felt. That is 3Fs, yes. It looks really good.
You know, I think what's funny is from my geekdom, right? So like I grew up in the '90s. You remember the '90s, right, Aquaman? And that was about the time.
Oh yeah, a lot of cocaine.
And that was the period where they started making Spider-Man's eyes, you know, animate, where they would squint or get large. Like McFarlane would do a bit of it. Winerigo definitely went that route. Is that how you pronounce it? Winerigo? Mike Winerigo? I don't know. Yeah. So, and I remember like the hardcore sweaties at Con would complain the fuck out of that. Like his mask doesn't animate. You know, the eyes are just, you know, and these artists are just doing things to the characters that don't translate, and it's unrealistic. And I guess now, you know.
Yeah, because a comic book is realistic, right?
Well, well, you telling me, Aquaman. I mean, talking to the fishes, hanging out with goddesses made from clay.
Hey, I didn't write this crap, okay? I'm just it.
You can't blame Zack Snyder for everything, Aquaman. You know. But overall, like I said, it is nice to see that. Well, now his eyes can animate, even if he makes the goggles himself. I'm curious to see if they tie in his webbing into his parents or anything like that. So, look, overall, it was a fun trailer. I don't think it was for me, I don't think it was, it had a lot of pluses versus the Justice League to the minuses, a lot of pluses versus minuses. For me, like the minuses, it basically told you the entire first act of the film. You know, like, kind of didn't need to go there, but okay. Didn't seem to have, like, it did have the quirkiness, like when they're in high school, being buds and talking, which I like, but it didn't have that. What's that song that was playing in the first trailer?
It's like MGMT's.
Yeah, the quirky song, which I've been listening. I think the first time I heard a quirky song like that was in Batman Forever. During the Riddler thing, remember there was that weird, you know, like they like to playing cars and that weird hillbilly song that was in there. Anyhow, so I like the fact that he's in high school talking to kids. I mean, all the banter looked good. It sounded good. The Michael Keaton looks awesome. Before we wrap this up, Aquaman, what did you think of Michael Keaton?
I love that guy. I love him. I love him in Beetlejuice. Loved him in Batman. He's like the best Batman. Period.
Nice.
I know Brandon might not have the share the same opinion, but he's the greatest quintessential Batman.
Fuck you and your fishes. He is not the best Batman.
Always will be. Always is. You probably like Christian Bale.
Ugh, no. I'm all about that Ben Affleck.
Oh, I love Affleck too, but 89 was a good year.
Just like your
Fair
whiskey.
enough.
Correct, Aquaman? All right, so, Brandon, any final thoughts about the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer as we wrap this up?
I think it didn't need to show as much as it did because people were already super excited for it, but it is cool to see it. I watched it a couple times. I will see the movie a couple times, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's probably up there with Wonder Woman and a couple other movies I want to see this summer. So,
Aquaman, any final thoughts on the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer?
Well, yeah, I like the movie. I like all of the lighting in the film, and I'm definitely excited to see Keaton. and I'm really excited to see Tom Holland's acting chops as Spider-Man. Can't wait to see it.
Does Tom Holland want Aquaman to be in a Spider-Man movie? As Craven, I think he came out and said that. How would you but while we still have you quickly, what are your thoughts on possibly portraying the role of Craven in a Spider-Man movie? Aquaman, would you be up for that?
Well, the only problem with being Craven is he doesn't talk to fish, and I talk to fish. That's like my main go-to. When I'm on screen, I'm like, hey fish, how you doing? You want some whiskey, fish? And I don't think Craven could pull that off. I mean, he's just a real dark figure. But yeah, I'd do it. I'd do it. Just to, just to get whiskey and bitches.
All the important things in life for you, right, Aquaman? I'm guessing hearing isn't so well underwater.
I think Craven's more of a talk to the cheetahs kind of guy, right?
Well, I could talk to cheetahs like, hey, kitty, 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 kitty.
I am surprised you said kitty, Aquaman. Final thoughts, Rob, of the trailer?
I'm totally looking forward to it. Gotta say, I'm looking more forward to this and less forward to Sony fucking up Spider-Man post-Marvel. I think one of the things that came out after the trailer was released was Amy Pascal, former head of Sony, mentioned that perhaps after the second Spider-Man sequel, they'll be done with their contract with Marvel, which I don't believe that to be true. But they are moving forward with like a Venom movie and a bunch of other weird fucking projects. So I just think that if we don't support this financially as best as we can, then they're just going to go back to fucking up Spider-Man movies. And Aquaman, I'm pretty sure you can agree, we don't need to see Peter Parker dancing like an emo ever again on screen, right?
We don't talk about that movie anymore, ever.
Yeah. So I think from that standpoint, definitely looking forward to it. But I think for me, because of the giveaway of the story, it's about on equal footing with the Justice League trailer. I give this a solid, I'd say 56 Van Dams out of a possible score of 64, which puts it in Time Cop territory. It's pretty good. I'm happy with it overall. So we will reconvene again, I believe, hopefully, Aquaman, when Star Wars, the Last Jedi trailer is released. Would you be willing to come back on to talk about some Star Wars?
Oh, man, I love Star Wars, yeah. I'll come back to talk about that. The only thing better than Batman is lightsabers. Right.
And hey, your buddy Zack Snyder loves to sometimes mix up the lightsabers and Batman all in one on Twitter. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Brandon, thanks for hanging out. Hector, thanks for hanging out. And Aquaman, thank you for taking time out of your fishy schedule to join in. Back to the King's Tide for you, correct?
Yeah, Mac, gotta go talk to some fish. I hear there's a fight or something.
All right, we're out of here, folks. Everybody's goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.